Once upon a time, in a green valley nestled between snowy mountains and shimmering lakes, there was a young fox named Finn. Finn had always been curious about the world beyond his valley, for he had heard stories from the older animals about a magical place called the Starry Meadow. According to legend, it was a meadow where the flowers glowed in the dark, and the animals who visited felt a courage that stayed with them forever. One crisp autumn morning, Finn decided it was time to set out on his own adventure to find this mystical meadow. His best friend, Willow the Wise Hare, tried to talk him out of it. "The journey is dangerous, Finn," she said. "There are deep rivers, fierce winds, and dark forests. Why not stay here where it's safe?" But Finn was determined. He felt something deep within him, a call he couldn't ignore. "I need to do this, Willow," he replied. "I'll never know what's out there if I don't try." And so, with a hopeful heart and a small pack of food, Finn set off, leaving behind the only home he had ever known. His journey took him through misty woods, where the trees whispered secrets he couldn't quite hear. He crossed rivers by hopping on stones, sometimes slipping but always pressing on. Along the way, he met a group of deer who were kind enough to share some berries, a family of otters who taught him how to fish, and a wise owl named Hazel who told him which stars would guide him at night. As Finn ventured deeper into unknown lands, he faced many challenges. A storm one night nearly swept him off a cliff, but he found shelter in a small cave where he huddled until the thunder passed. One morning, he got lost in a dense fog and wandered in circles until a crow, who had seen him struggling, flew down to guide him back to his path. Finally, after weeks of travel, Finn saw a faint glow in the distance. His heart leapt. Could it be the Starry Meadow? He hurried forward, his tired legs filled with new energy. As he reached the edge of a clearing, he found himself gazing at the most wondrous sight he had ever seen. The meadow was vast, covered in flowers that glowed softly under the moonlight, each petal shimmering with a faint blue light. Stars above twinkled in unison, as if they, too, were part of the magical meadow. Finn stood in awe, feeling a warmth spread through him, a sense of bravery he had never known before. He lay down among the flowers, and for the first time, he felt truly at peace. As dawn approached, Finn knew it was time to return home. But now he felt changed. He understood why the Starry Meadow was magical. It didn't give him courage. It helped him discover the courage he had all along. When Finn returned to the valley, he was welcomed as a hero. Willow hugged him tightly, and the other animals gathered around, eager to hear tales of his journey. Finn shared his story, but he also shared what he had learned. You don't have to be fearless to be brave. Sometimes, courage is just taking that first step, even if you don't know where it will lead. From that day forward, Finn became known as Finn the Brave, and his story was passed down through the generations. Animals of the valley spoke of the Starry Meadow, and whenever one of them felt uncertain or afraid, they thought of Finn, the young fox who had dared to find his way to a place where the stars danced with flowers, and who came back knowing that sometimes the greatest adventure is discovering your own heart. I hope you enjoyed the story.